Hey there, this is K4A Knowledge for All, and in this video we're going to check out DragonRuby game toolkit, which is free for a couple of days. So that is the news. All you have to do is go to itch.io and download or claim with this blue button here this software for a couple of days. This is actually, I think, more like a framework, not a full game engine in terms of if you compare it to some big names like Unity and Unreal. And it's, as you can read here, it's very tiny, only 3 megabytes, fast, cross-platform. And this is so-called standard license, which was $48, almost $50, and now it's free. And you can develop and publish to Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi. Very good ratings. I cannot click on those, no comments, but probably somewhere there is a place to check some comments about why this rating is so high. Anyway, if you scroll down, you have some kind of samples and tutorials, and again, if you compare those to Unity or even GameMaker, Unreal, for sure they don't look so good in terms of graphics, but think about it more as a development tool which you can then push your artwork into. And yes, samples, let's see the samples are basics, how to control sprites and stuff like that. And again, they use very basic graphics like squares and circles, like I do in my tutorials on YouTube, which again doesn't mean this cannot handle better graphics. It's only for sample. And you can see that some features are that it's capable of creating complex 2D games. That's again very interesting in terms of if we can see that, or some complex 2D game, you can comment it below this video so we can check it out. But for some simple or intermediate, I guess it can pull them out for sure. Fast as hell because it's written in C. Battle tested because it's published for all of those platforms which we have mentioned, and even Nintendo Switch. Tiny, with only few megabytes needed for entire engine. And so on, cross-platform. Yeah. License is this is one-time fee, one-time lifetime purchase. And if you want to go for Indie or Pro, let's see what those are, you would have to pay subscriptions, which no one likes. And there is even free license if you're under 18, so young developer, or making less than 2. So maybe you even qualify for those. But again, just for a few days, this game toolkit, game engine, game framework is free. So check it out on itch.io and add it to your itch.io account. You need to have account on itch.io or download it. Let's check this. So this standard $48, it's now free, and difference between that one and Indie and Pro is that these two, this 1, 2, 3, 4 features, and these 10 or so features, and those are C extensions, Steam publishing, which is not manual but streamlined, faster bytecode compilation. So there are some some improvements, but not so. So for starter, for sure you should be good with this one. The bigger problem is that this game engine, this game framework, is using Ruby on Rails, I think, language, which is again very specific language in terms of you're not going to use it in Unity, in Unreal, in GameMaker, and so on. So it's more like it's not for game development and not so popular for that game development industry. It's more it's made for, I think, web and front end and back end development. So it would be risky if you would learn or try to learn game development only based on this game engine and this game engine language, the development language, because coding language, because it's very limited to very few, as much as I know, frameworks and engines. So it's not very common to use it in others. But again, this can be just one kind of I don't know, reserve or something like that, game engine or framework which you have just in case. So you would have to learn this language, and yeah, that's it. That's, I think it's more or less it in terms of go to this page. I will leave the link, dragonruby.itch.io. Click on this download or claim while it's free. It will take you to this page where you can click on just no thanks, just take me to downloads if you want to get it for free, or you can give some kind of tip, $1 to $5 or more to pay for developer as thanks, and then you will be available to download it for Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi, or Windows. It's around 100 megabytes of installations, and I think it says here it's only 3 megabytes then as engine on your computer. And maybe I will install it just to check it, how it looks, and how it compares to some other stuff which we have shown on my YouTube channel. But I wouldn't use it as my main, probably, game engine and choice, but I will add it. Here you have add game to engine to collection, in terms of it will add it to your itch.io account, but again that is only and as long as itch.io exists. So it is better to have at least one of those versions downloaded if you think to use it long term. And yeah, we have seen how to download it, where to find it. Top games for this engine on itch.io, they're not very representative in terms again of graphics, or like not polished, not very modern and stuff like that, which again doesn't mean they're bad or not interesting to play or don't have potential to turn into something commercial, some kind of money making big hit and stuff like that. It can be compared to some indie games which made a success and money, but again you would have to check them and think about it more as like okay, this looks interesting in terms of game features, game mechanics, something which I would like to make. So if I can learn it and make it the way they do it, that would be great. Then I can just put my better or polished graphics, and that's it. That's more like something you should aim for. This again could be some kind of coincidence, and with the game development. Recently we have seen that Godot recently had some problems with community managers and people getting banned from it, and they're not going back to it very soon or just like that. And the whole idea with Godot, I think I have mentioned it, if not in previous video, the whole idea with Godot becoming so popular recently is just because Unity was adding runtime fee. Again, very crazy move from Unity, which wanted to charge you for every game installation, every installation of your game. It doesn't matter if it's free or premium. We need to charge some money for every installation of your game, which is crazy. And of course people then run away from Unity, and of course after some time, maybe a year or so, I'm not sure how long it was, Unity decided to cancel the runtime fee. That was soon recently, because they saw how many people went away from them, and most of the people, because they were making games in Unity for 2D or smaller indie games, smaller 3D games, they went for Godot. But now we see Godot making problems with community and lack of some kind of community balance and talk, and that's also funny. So this engine maybe can be your hideaway from these big names, and again, I do not recommend it for a long term, but more like a reserve, or I would recommend it for people who already know this language, Ruby on Rails, and want to go into game development. So that would be probably, that would make sense. Like, I know Ruby on Rails, I want to try game development, let me find game engine which uses that Ruby on Rails. You have on I will leave the link to DragonRuby official site, to Ruby on Rails site, and of course this one, DragonRuby on itch.io, where you can download it. And on official DragonRuby site you can see again some features and advantages of this framework, but do not expect it again to compare it with Unity or GameMaker or Scratch or Stencil or some kind of engines like that which have drag and drop and stuff like that. You have to type this language, you have to code by typing, and for most of the people nowadays it looks somehow that is a huge turn off. Yeah, I think I even find a couple of broken links, which is so common for me to find, and it's like maybe I'm jinxed or whatever, but people who follow my channel knew. I think this one, yeah. So I wanted to check out this game. It reminded me of some Commodore 64 game which I played as a kid, and yeah, I clicked and tried it out here, and yeah, so this page, for all of you who people, if there are some who work on this DragonRuby site and engine, when you click on gorillas.bus, try it out here link, it's not working, or maybe it's currently just broken, I have no idea, but again, skeleton is here. So long story short, again around 15 minutes, obviously I cannot make it shorter than that. All you have to do is go to dragonruby.itch.io and download or claim this framework or engine, and it will be free until I think Thursday at 10 a.m. That's it. See you in next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.